You stood there in the doorway with a trembling breath. Your eyes were full of colors I had never met. A mix of love and sorrow fading into gray. The kind of look that says you're leaving anyway. The sunlight brushed your shadow like a final touch. A moment soft but somehow still too much. I whispered stay, but even as I called your name, I felt the part of you that couldn't stay the same. And every heartbeat felt like something breaking slow. You didn't have to speak, your silence told me everything I should know. You were every shade of goodbye, a quiet storm beneath a tearless eye. I tried to hold your hand, but love had learned to slip between the lines. Even if tomorrow paints a softer truth across the sky, I'll always see your face in every shade of goodbye. Your laughter lingers faded in the furniture, a gentle ghost of days we weren't sure. I traced the places where your warmth would fill the air, but now it's just my shadow learning how to bear. Your sweater still remembers how your heartbeat felt. I hold it close, but threads can only melt. And every room becomes a memory we outgrew, a quiet ache reminding me I'm losing you. You didn't walk away, you drifted softly like a falling tide. And though you stood nearby, your heart had already stepped outside. You were every shade of goodbye, a quiet storm beneath a tearless eye. I tried to hold your hand, but love had learned to slip between the lines. Even if tomorrow paints a softer truth across the sky, I'll always see your face in every shade of goodbye. Maybe love was meant to fade before we learned the cost of choosing to stay. Maybe losing you was written long before we lost our way. But even as you go, your echo lingers in the hues that never die, a portrait made of pain. Every shade of goodbye, you were every shade of goodbye, a fragile truth we never could deny. Reach into the dark, but all I find are echoes where you lie. Even when the years move on and soften all the tears we used to cry, I'll always carry you in every shade of goodbye. So let the daylight fade and paint the memories we can't deny, still loving you inside. Every shade of goodbye. places where your warmth would stay. Your shadow lingers soft across the doorway, a fading echo drifting far away. Your name still hangs like dust inside the sunlight, a fragile memory I try to keep, but everything I hold slips through my fingers, like trying not to wake from broken sleep. And though you're gone for good, I still reach out like it'll bring you back. A habit carved in time, a ghost that lives inside the things I lack. I'm holding on to nothing, a love that fell apart without a sound. These hands remember you, but there's no heartbeat left to feel around. Even when tomorrow comes and paints a softer sky above the ground, I'll still be here alone, holding on to nothing. Your sweater by the chair still keeps its shade, a quiet piece of you that didn't fade. I press it to my chest and feel the silence, the kind of hurt I never could evade. Your laughter drips in corners of the hallway, a ghost that echoes gently through the air. I close my eyes and try to walk beside it, but you're not here and it's too much to bear. And though I know the truth, some part of me keeps living in our past, a place where you were mine, a place I never learned to let go fast. I'm holding on to nothing, a love that fell apart without a sound. These hands remember you, but there's no heartbeat left to feel around. Even when tomorrow comes and paints a softer sky above the ground, I'll still be here alone, holding on to nothing. Maybe love was meant to fade before we learned the cost of staying close. Maybe losing you was written in the quiet no one knows. But even as I heal, your shadow stays beneath the life I front, a memory I chase, holding on to nothing. I'm holding on to nothing, just echoes of the love we couldn't keep. I shout into the dark, but every answer only makes me weep. Even when the years move on and soften all the wounds that cut so deep, I'll always feel the truth, holding on to nothing. So let the daylight fall on all the things our hearts could not complete. Still standing in the quiet, holding on to nothing. So let the daylight fall. still spills across your empty chair. I swear I see a shadow like you're standing there. The way you used to smile without a warning still lives inside these quiet rooms each morning. Your sweater by the window hasn't moved at all. A frozen piece of time before the fall. I breathe it in like something I could capture, but all I hear is echoes of your laughter. And even though you're gone, your voice still lingers softly in the air. It fills the silent space like you're still here, like you're still everywhere. I still hear your laughter, caught between the moments we were brave. I still feel the warmth you gave, even though the world has moved me past you. Every step I take feels like I'm walking through a piece of you I can't replace. No matter what I chase, I still hear your laughter. Your coffee mug still sits beside the window pane, a quiet sign of love I can't explain. I touch the rim and feel the night return, the way you used to look at me and burn. The hallway carries stories we're no longer in. Your footprints faded, but they live beneath my skin. I close my eyes and wait for what comes after, but all that fills the silence is your laughter. And even though you left, your echo wraps around the places bare. It keeps the room alive as if your heart is still beating somewhere. I still hear your laughter, caught between the moments we were brave. I still feel the warmth you gave, even though the world has moved me past you. Every step I take feels like I'm walking through a piece of you I can't replace. No matter what I chase, I still hear your laughter. Maybe love was meant to fade before we learned the cost of letting go. Maybe losing you was written in the spaces we outgrow. But even as the years try pulling me into a quieter chapter, a part of me remains where I still hear your laughter. I still hear your laughter, soft and warm and breaking me in waves. I still feel the warmth you gave, even though the world has tried to move me after. Every breath I breathe holds a piece of you inside it ever after. No matter where I go, I still hear your laughter. So let the memory stay, a gentle echo I won't chase or shatter, still living in my chest. I still hear your laughter. is quiet, colder than it used to be. Your shadow's gone, but still it walks ahead of me. The streetlights buzz like they're too tired to glow, and every corner feels like someplace we used to go. Your laughter lives and echoes down the sidewalk cracks. The ghost I chase but never seem to get you back. I try to breathe, but breathing only feels like me. Since the day you turned this heart into a memory, and I can't tell if letting go is something time repeats, but everywhere I walk feels like the place you're meant to be. And now it's just another empty street, where every broken step reminds of what we couldn't keep. I passed the spot, you held my hand, the way you used to pull me in so deep. But now the night just follows me down, just another empty street. Your footprints washed away beneath the morning rain, but I still see them clear, as if they never changed. I hear your name in every passing taxi sound, a whisper riding on the wind that pulls me down. The city holds a version of us I can't lose, the one where loving you was something we could choose. But you moved on and I'm still trying to retreat from every path that leads me right back to defeat. And I keep trying to outrun a ghost of where we meet, but all these roads lead back to where you used to be. Now it's just another empty street, where every broken step reminds of what we couldn't keep. I passed the spot, you held my hand, the way you used to pull me in so deep. But now the night just follows me down, just another empty street. Maybe love was meant to fade like headlights disappearing in the rain. But even as you go, your shadow lingers in my pain. And though I walk alone, this road still whispers your heartbeat. And now it's just another empty street, where every memory drags me underneath. I trace the places where you stood, like every step is stuck on repeat. And even when the years move on, your echo's still the one I meet on just another empty street. So I'll keep walking slow through every place our hearts will meet, still loving you inside, just another empty street. softer than it used to be. You touched the curtains, but it never touched on me. The warmth that once would pull me from the shadows now fades like something borrowed, lost in echoes. Your voice still lingers where the daylight used to fall, a quiet echo slipping slowly down the wall. I whispered out your name to the silence, but all I heard was distance in the quiet. And even though you're gone, the emptiness keeps calling out my shame. The sky still rises bright, but feels much colder since you walked away. It's like the sun forgot my name. The world keeps turning, but it's not the same. I used to feel alive, but now the light won't look at me the way it came. Even when the morning glows and paints the sky in burning shades of flame, I'm standing in the dark. The sun forgot my name. Your sweater hangs like something caught in yesterday, a fading shape of all the words we couldn't say. I touch it gently just to feel the warmth, but even memories can lose their form. The window glass reflects the part of me that changed, a broken version shaped by everything is strange. I try to smile, but smiles feel like actors performing for a world that's moving past us. And even when it rains, I still mistake the clouds for where you stayed. The world keeps shining on, but I remain in all the nights we made. It's like the sun forgot my name. The world keeps turning, but it's not the same. I used to feel alive, but now the light won't look at me the way it came. Even when the morning glows and paints the sky in burning shades of flame, I'm standing in the dark. The sun forgot my name. Maybe love was meant to break before we learned the cost of holding tight. Maybe losing you was written in the fading of the light. But even as I heal, your absence pulls me underneath the flame, a shadow in the glow. The sun forgot my name. It's like the sun forgot my name and left me stranded in the after strain. I reach for warmth again, but every dawn just feels a little more restrained. Even when the years move on and teach my heart to rise above the blame, I'll never shake the night. The sun forgot my name, so let the daylight fade. Forgot my name. The room is quiet, but your voice still lingers, a fading echo wrapped around my name. I trace the outline where your hand once rested, but all that's left is shadows in a frame. Your warmth still lives in corners of the nighttime. The scent of you still clings to every sheet. I try to breathe, but breathing feels like drowning in every place where you and I would meet. And though the world moves on, my heart is stuck beneath the weight you leave. The surface disappears each time your memory pulls me underneath. I'm drowning in memory, caught between the past and who I'm meant to be. Your voice still calls me back, like waves that drag me where I shouldn't be. Even when the daylight comes and tries to lift the parts you left in me, I sink with every thought, drowning in memory. Your picture on the dresser feels like gravity. It drags me down with things I can't forget. The smile you wore was always made of sunlight. Now it's a moon that never lets me rest. Your laughter plays like broken tape in my chest, a looping sound that won't let me escape. I reach for peace, but peace keeps falling backward to all the love we didn't get to say. You didn't say goodbye, but silence filled the spaces you once filled. And now the quiet breaks with every moment I remember. Still I'm drowning in memory, caught between the past and who I'm meant to be. Your voice still calls me back, like waves that drag me where I shouldn't be. Even when the daylight comes and tries to lift the parts you left in me, I sink with every thought, drowning in memory. Maybe love was meant to fade before we learned the cost of holding tight. But even as I heal, your shadow pulls me back into the night. And every time I rise, your ghost becomes the water over me, a truth I can't outrun, drowning in memory. I'm drowning in memory, lost within the moments you're not here with me. I try to rise above, but every breath becomes a tragedy. Even when the years move on and soften all the pain I failed to free, I'll always fall again, drowning in memory. So let the water close around the part of us that used to be, still sinking in the past, drowning